ourselves, where is the source of this dominion that this functionary is going to exercise? That's the first question. Second question. In the implementation of the policy, which was captured in verse 26, how that God says, let us make man, let him be our own, in our own image and after our likeness. You will see the blueprint for the making of man. Even though man was going to be a creature of dominion, he was also going to be a creature that was going to represent God. He was going to be an example of God. He was going to function according to the way God functions. If you study the blueprint about the creature man, you will realize that this man is not an original being. This man is a copy of another. And that's why the Bible says, let us make man in our own image. So God is the original. Man is a copy. So you are not following. You know, I said we need to do the basic things. If we don't do the basic things, when we go higher, you will not be able to relate with that context if the basic foundation is not put in place. This being that is going to be a creature of dominion is not original. Do you realize that in creation, a goat is more original than a man? Because, stay with me, because the goat was created after its kind. But man was not created after its kind. Man was created after God's kind. Are you seeing that? So a goat can boast and say, I am an original species. If you want to describe a goat, you describe it by seeing a goat. But if you want to describe man, you will need to have seen God in order for you to be able to adequately describe man, because man was created in the image of God. Man was created after the likeness of God. And the reason why man was created in the image of God is because that is the only way he can be in custody of delegated authority. Now, how many of you have seen a glove before? A hand glove? Hand glove. Have you seen a hand glove before? Those of you outside, have you ever seen a hand glove? All right. The hand glove is manufactured in the likeness of a hand. Is that true? Because the ultimate objective of the glove is that it will play host to a hand someday. So man was created in the image of God because man was designed to be a creature that will play host to God. Don't forget that. Oh my, you're not with me. We have a long way to go, and if I notice you are not following again, I will change the message. This is the one God said I should preach. But if you can't understand it, we will look for another, the type you like in Kano. Breakthrough. You like breakthrough? Okay, we'll change it. So man was created in the image of God because man was designed to play host to God. Therefore, man has the capacity to contact God. Even when you are an unbeliever, if you couldn't contact God, you won't be saved. So the possibility of contacting God exists with every man, including the guys that are walking on the streets that do not know Jesus. Those are testimonies to the fact that this being was created to accommodate God. He was created to be intimate with God so that he will become an illustration of the ways of God. So the second thing about man is that man is not original. Whereas every other creature that is in creation was created after its kind, man was created after the God kind. It means that if we want to see whether we are in adequate compliance with the style of God, we will need to know God first. Then you will now know that I am not a good example of God. Are you there? At any point in time where we begin to measure ourselves by ourselves, we are falling from the blueprint and we are not wise. Because we are not the examples of ourselves. We are illustrations of a personality that is deeper, vaster than man. So if I limit my assessment of myself to your own model and your own example, I have committed a blunder. Because the parameters that I'm looking at in your life, with which I am saying you are successful and I'm a failure, are not parameters that point to the image of God, are not parameters that point to the likeness of God. So man was created in the image of God so that he can be a recipient of the authority of God. So the first major thing that we cannot escape but stumble into again and again when we read the story of Genesis is this utensil called authority. Divine authority. Are you there? We cannot escape bumping into the need to explore and understand the meaning of divine authority when we read the book of Genesis chapter 1. The thing is this. Follow me carefully. Don't be distracted. The thing is this. If God, for instance, are you there? If God, for instance, cannot exercise his authority over your life, do you know the implication of that? It means God cannot accomplish his divine purpose in your life. Even though he has a divine purpose for you. But he will be totally unable to accomplish his divine purpose in your life if he cannot exercise his authority over your life. Man was not created because of man. Man was created because of God. Man was created because God wanted him to be part of an administrative system that extends the services of government into the physical realm that we are in now. So it is because of the kingdom that man was created. Apart from God's need, are you there? I don't know why God decided that he will be restricted and limited to the realm of the spirit. Because the book of John chapter 4 verse 23 says that God is spirit. I don't know why God decided to restrict himself solely to the spirit realm. That is his personal decision, which was occasioned by a royal decree that he made. But you see, the reason why God was not at risk when he decided to restrict himself to the invincible realm is because he created man. Are you there? The idea for which man became relevant was that God, he created you in his image. So God intends to wear you. So you become the container that carries him around and he gives you directives. So through your vessel, he is still factored into the natural creation that he decided by royal decree to be separate from. So it means you are part of the infrastructure that allows him access to be able to influence this physical realm because of the way you were created in his image and after his likeness. So he created you in his image so that you can be a partaker of his authority. He created you in his likeness so that you can represent him. So we have an issue of representation. We have an issue of dominion, which is an issue of exercising his authority, so that anything that falls out of line with the prescription of God You will have requisite authority to bring that thing back to line. Are you picking it gradually? Oh, you are not following. You are not following. You are not following. Now, because you are not following, I see you are struggling. You are trying to. Because you are not following, I'm going to digress for 15 minutes to give you a recap. Maybe the recap will now restore your understanding. Then we'll now start to continue from where I'm going. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. You will see God's intention to be able to exercise influence through man upon the face of the earth. And any time man decides to disalign himself from God, the presence and the policies of God, the dimensions of God's plan that he has in his heart, he will not be able to implement it, because the creature that he has made, created, which is a creature that will introduce him to this natural realm, have decided to rebel against it. The most terrible thing we can do against God is to rebel against God, because when we do that, what happens is that God no longer has any system by which he can influence the natural realm.